Okay, I just filmed a random video, and this is another random video because I need to chit chat about this. I was looking at threads of this on Reddit, and I feel like this is very like 50-50, this topic, but I need to talk about it. This is training people. I hate training people. I'm gonna say it. I regret becoming a barista trainer. I just don't think I'm meant to train people. Okay. You know, why do I continue to be a barista trainer? Because it pushes me outside my comfort zone socially, so I'm forcing myself to do it. But in general, I just want to talk about training people and what annoys me and like why I'm over it. Because first off, when you're training people, I feel like, at least at Starbucks, they're not giving you enough time to train because first off, I got 2 weeks, when I was hired, I got 2 weeks of full training schedule. I was not on the schedule, I was just training. The trainees I have been training have been getting 4 to 5 days training max, and I am on the schedule. So like, we don't have any training time allocated, we just have to find time to train. Basically, some of the days I'm training, I'm like, okay, we're like actually like not training, like she's just like either watching me or like planted at drive-thru, which is like the only place that's like easy to be in the beginning. So yeah, they don't get, anyway, training people when you're not given enough time to train is so frustrating because then it's like at the end, when the person is not good, okay, when they flop, it's like, it's on you, like you look bad. And I'm like,
No.
you gave me 4 days, okay? And Miss Grilly, we didn't have time to do this stuff because it was so busy. Like literally I was training. Again, this is like built up, and this past week has like really made it clear why I don't like training. This week has been the week of pumpkin. So I have never seen Starbucks this busy, okay? Why am I training during this week? Why am I training during this week when we don't even have enough people to keep up with the demand? Like, what's going on? There's that. But here's like the other deal. I don't like certain types of trainees. And I guess this is a people thing, but you'll get trainees who are bad. I don't want to say bad, who are slow at first but willing to learn, and you'll get people who are fast at picking it up and willing to learn, which is great. Both of those are great. But then you'll get people who are like mediocre who don't care. And me too, I don't care. I wouldn't care about becoming a barista, but you gotta give me something. Like, I'm trying to train you and you're like, I'm like, do you want to be trained? Because like, this is looking real bad on me because we're not learning anything. Now, so we know I hate training in general, but this next part is going to be me just ranting about this specific girl who is probably so nice. She's probably so sweet outside of work, or not, but I can immediately clock when me and a person are not compatible as friends. Me and this girl are not compatible as friends or acquaintances. Okay, she must have been, she's still a teen, but she's an adult, so she was opening with me. So she's either 18 or 19. So, oh my god, okay. So we're opening together. First off, the first day I was told the wrong time to come in, so she was there earlier getting trained by the other girl. Whatever. Anyway, we go through opening things, and like, you know, like, you know when you tell someone something and like they're like, and then just like don't do it, which is totally like, I guess, a new thing. Like, I was like, okay, like this is like fine, but also like, I don't like when people don't ask questions, so they just don't do it. Does that make sense? Like, they'll be like, can you do this? They will say yes, and then they just won't do it because they forgot how to do it. And I'm just like, please ask me how to do it because I want you to do this. Like, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna have you take orders in the morning as cars come through slowly. You're just wiping down your fridge right now. You know, I'm right here to help. Not one time did she take an order, and I was just like, I was waiting for her to be like, I was waiting for her to look at me and be like, oh, or like, are we gonna take this car? No. Again, this is like totally could be just like you're like new to the job. So I was in this like, that was like a minor thing. That was a minor thing. But like that would also happen like, okay, I'm gonna have you make some drinks. Drinks would come through and what are you doing? Why are you over there? I just told you you're gonna be planted at bar. So just the not listening thing, I'm just like, okay. But again, as a trainee, you just don't know things, and if you're uncomfortable doing it, so I excuse that. But it was just a little like, I have to keep repeating myself over and over again to get to do it. Again, that I hope that me saying all that doesn't make me look bad. That was like totally a minor thing that was just annoying. But what I found is that when I would like coach this girl and tell her like, okay, so that is not the right way to do it. It would actually be da-da-da-da-da, but it's okay for now. We can, we'll finish the drink, but for the next time we do it, whatever. Like I never made her dump what she did, because if she just went out of order or put like the wrong type of shot, like normal instead of blonde, I'm not gonna hold up, bar and make her redo it. Like someone else will order that same drink inevitably, so we will remake it then. But I just don't like when you're telling people like things to work on and they cut you off. Anytime I would try to coach her, she'd be like, yep, I know. Like very like stern, like I know. And I'm like, do you though? Because like you keep making the same mistakes. Like specifically, we came in the one morning and we were brewing teas. So I was like, okay, so we're gonna brew teas. And she said, I did this already. I was like, okay, I know you did open with Emily the one day, but you have to brew teas every morning. I was like, I wasn't gonna teach her. I already knew she went through this. I was not going to teach her like how to do it again. But, she was like, I know. And I was like, okay, whatever. You will be brewing teas again, but do you remember how to do it? Crickets. Does not know how to do teas. I'm thinking, if someone's like, okay, we're gonna do this activity, you forget how to do this activity. You know you were taught how to do this, but you forget how to do it. I would keep my mouth zipped. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if someone said, okay, I'm gonna show you how to do this, and you're like, shoot, I don't know how to do this, someone taught me earlier, I would keep my mouth shut, right? I would not give attitude about having to do it again. Because if you don't know how to do it. So I was like, okay, like, you don't know how to do it. It was just a lot of things like that. Like, I'd be like, do you know how to do this? Yep. And then I watch her do it, because I'm like, this girl doesn't know how to do it. And I'm like, then she just is like, doesn't know what to do. Like, just stands there, like, and I'm like, again, it's totally fine to not know how to do it. But I don't, like, you gotta work with me, girl. I'm here to help you. Stop just giving me attitude about, oh, I know. I was taught that. Yep, I know. I'm like, you don't know. You don't. So yeah, just attitude-y a little bit. Also, she was training with her friend for a couple days of the week, and just the way her and her friend interacted was normal, but like, I don't know, just that dynamic, how she would treat other people when her friend was there, I was like, I don't know. Again, can I elaborate on this? No, it was just a weird vibe. I really can't explain it into words. Like, kind of like, I don't care about the rest of you. Vibes, again, she's new, so she doesn't know any of us. So it's like, it would be our job to introduce ourselves, obviously. But it was just like, I don't know, it was bad vibes, because I'm gonna explain the situation. In the morning, her and her friend we're waiting outside to go in the building, and her and her friend are jerking around, and her friend's like, oh, I'm gonna do this today. And she was like, oh, I'm gonna be on drive-thru all day. Like, she said it kind of like that, like, oh, I'll be on drive-thru. And I told her, I was like, oh, we're actually gonna do this today. She was like, oh, I was joking, in an attitude-y way. And I was like, girl, what was the joke? I was just like, was there a joke? Like, I was just telling you, like, literally, I was just telling you. I was like, oh, we're actually gonna be on Cold Bar today. She's like, it was a joke. I was like, well, girly, no one laughed. So, okay. But that was just like, again, that was like the weird vibe I was getting. I was like, okay, just go keep chatting with your friend, whatever. I know I would be a menace if I worked with my friends at a store, so that's why I don't work with my friends coming into a store, because I would also be a menace, so I can excuse that. she just seems like a high schooler who would bully me. You know that vibe. You know that vibe. Again, a lot of this is gut feeling. It's like you know that vibe when someone would bully you. And I have trained all different types of people. And I have trained people who have they just seem like they would have been cool in school or like in general, you know. But I never got the vibe from anyone I trained so far that they would like bully you or gossip about you in like middle school, high school. This girl I did. She just gave me that vibe. So I was like, you are the first person to ever give me this vibe that I've trained. So I feel like something's going on with my gut intuition. So yeah, like near the end of the week, like I feel like she was like listening more because like she was just making drinks, so she didn't know how to make them. But like just cutting me off in sentences, being like, I know. I'm like, do you, girl, do you? I don't know if you do. And that is why I don't like training. I don't like training because literally it is so frustrating training people who you know will immediately quit. Or like hearing that someone you trained quit, you're like, what's you know, it's just so much work and you only get like $60-$70 and I'm like, training this girl was not worth $60-$70 for all the like attitude she was giving me. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was just like very like, I don't know, pretentious attitude. Maybe I'm misjudging her. Totally could be. I hope I am. But yeah, I'm just so over training. It is so exhausting. It is so exhausting. That is my rant. If you also hate training people, let me know because I've heard so many horror stories on Reddit about people training people and I'm just like, you're better than me. You're better than me because I would have done XYZ. You know. Also, I hope this video didn't make me look like an ass. Like, I promise, I literally have trained so many people. I promise you, I've never gotten, this has never like really happened with my other trainees. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, most of my other trainees were very like eager to listen and like follow what I was saying. But I feel like with this girl, it was like really, I was really pulling the rope to get her to follow what I was saying. I was like, oh my god. Yeah.